Hello, Victoria, and welcome to our very first episode of VISD Highlight. I'm Ashley Scott, Executive Director of Communications and Public Relations for Victoria ISD, and I have with us our Office of Innovation. We have our two innovation specialists, 𝓱𝓲𝓰 and Anne, and our Director of Innovation, 𝓱𝓲𝓰𝓱𝓽, with us. And today we're going to be learning about everything the Office of Innovation does for our students and our teachers and our district. Melissa, tell me, what is the Office of Innovation?
We think about that student as that whole child. We think about that teacher as that whole person. And what that means is that when we think about these learning experiences and these teaching experiences, we really are looking at what it is that they need from us to be the person that they want to be. For students, what are their hopes and dreams, and how can we help them achieve them? For students also, how do they learn best, and how can we then develop schools and pathways to help them be able to achieve those hopes and dreams? For teachers, the same thing. How is it that they are as a person, and then how is it that we can help create opportunities for them in their classrooms to really achieve what they want to achieve as a teacher, how they want to teach, how they believe, the way in which they can execute the art of teaching. So in the Office of Innovation for this year, we are working in planning a couple of learning pathways. These learning pathways are a K-12 STEM pathway and a K-12 personalized learning pathway.
And so these pathway opportunities, not just focused on students and teachers. Can y'all tell me about these pathways and the opportunities? First, let's talk about students. What opportunities do we have for them?
That's a great question, Ashley. So for personalized learning, this really means that our students can develop agency for themselves. With personalized learning, they'll have some control over the path, the place, the activities that they're going to be participating in the classroom. So personalized learning really brings everyone into the classroom, where the teacher will be able to facilitate possibly station rotations or centers or stations where the students will be able to have some control over that.
And STEM academies, that sounds very innovative and futuristic as we move towards technology and math-based industries. Tell me more about those.
STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It is a hands-on approach to teaching and learning where our students get to be their creative selves. We really engage students in the engineering design process, where we ask students to plan, create, imagine, and then improve on their designs. For our sixth graders, that exposure might be bringing outside career personnel to help us really hone in on different aspects within STEM and what that might look like as they prepare to launch their own choice in career pathway going forward.
So if parents want to find more information about these pathways for their child, where can they find this information?
We would like to welcome all of our families in our community, or specifically our parents, to visit Patty Welder Middle School's page on the VISD webpage. Also visit Shields and Hopkins Elementary, as those are our three personalized learning pathway schools.
For families that are interested in the STEM pathway, we would definitely ask them to see Smith STEM Academy, which will be housed at Smith Elementary, and our 𝓱𝓲𝓰 STEM Academy, which will be housed at 𝓱𝓲𝓰 Middle School.
Earlier you mentioned that these pathways are more than just pathways for students. They're also pathways for teachers. How do they benefit from these pathways if they're interested?
For our personalized learning pathway, the best fit teacher is truly a teacher who has commitment to leveraging technology. And so this is very important because it is part of our pathway that students are going to be using technology. This best fit teacher is someone who's committed to a growth mindset, who is a researcher at heart. They're going to be going in to the student learning portfolios and tracking their data. And they're just going to be committed to the communities, the school, and the families, and ensuring that those students are developing their genius, as they also have that platform to be able to pursue their passion and their way of teaching.
A STEM teacher is a collaborator. They work with their peers to integrate the idea of STEM thinking and that design-based element of engineering throughout all subject areas. They work collaboratively to build project-based learning experiences for our students. It's real important for our STEM teachers to have mutual respect in the classroom, because there is going to be a give and take of authority within the classroom as our students take charge of their own learning. As they become innovators, our teachers then learn to foster that and structure around that student, providing additional support. So it's really important for our STEM teachers to have ownership of the process. This is a new experience for all of our teachers and students and families. And so a teacher needs to be open-minded, have that growth mindset, and be a learner at the heart, because their job is to cultivate our students.
This isn't just ownership for both of personalized and STEM. It's really not just ownership for the teachers, but it's students owning their education as well, which will only show more investment on their part into what they're doing and the work they're putting into it. The beautiful thing about these pathways is the opportunity for choice. One of the key components in the district's strategic plan that parents and students said they wanted was choice in their education. And so these pathways, they will not only be available to students at their home campuses, but there will be choice seats available for families to apply to if they feel that either one of these pathways are best suited for their child. Thank you all for joining me on our very first VISD Highlights. To learn more about what we talked about today for the Office of Innovation, be sure and visit our website, www.visd.net. And make sure that you're following Victoria ISD on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Victoria ISD.